Hey Scorpio, this is Crystal with We Are Magic, and I am doing your Mercury Retrograde in what? Scorpio. Gang, gang. All right, Scorpio, I am going to be pulling for us today the Sacred Geometry activations, and I am also pulling the Oracle of the Seven Energies for your guidance, and then we'll pull some tarot, okay? All right, so let's get the other ones out of the way. All right, Scorpio, first we want to do your activation for Sacred Geometry, okay? Tuning into Spirit. What messages do you have for Scorpio for this period of Mercury Retrograde? In our sign, nonetheless. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Scorpio. Thank you. What activations do you have for Scorpio? Tuning in to Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for the sign of Scorpio for Mercury Retrograde in Scorpio? Something tried to come out, but it didn't. So we'll do one more shuffle. If it doesn't work, we'll pull from the top. There we go. We have discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. And we have a huge problem with this because Scorpios, we're empaths. We take every single thing in. It's ridiculous, okay? So we're going to put that right there, and I will read further messages for that. And it's 20 in the numerology. That equates to a 2. So you might want to look that up also in numerology. All right, Scorp, here we go. Discernment can be described as the ability to perceive or judge well. Now that we are moving into a multi-dimensional reality, we are invited to see polarity and duality with new eyes. Living in the multi-dimensionality is about experiencing polarity with discernment, being in balance with it, and moving in harmony with it. Discernment has to do with our inner guide, the higher part of us that is closely connected to Source and can look at things from a perspective of wisdom, maturity, experience, integrity, compassion, and purpose. It is about being in witness mode, being aware without attachment or outcome or direction. In this activation, the color blue is representative of our ability to communicate clearly. So I'm going to bring this closer to you so you can look at it. That's so beautiful. The 3 circles. I'm jumping, babies. Let's try it again. In this activation, the color blue is representative of our ability to communicate clearly. It is considered to be the color of truth. The color green is associated with the heart and with healing. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all. Balance and infinity, purity and freedom. The 3 circles of discernment are contained by one larger one, indicating the unity and coherence inside the center of consciousness. 3 is a catalytic number. It stands for an energy that speeds up or creates a reaction between unrelated things without necessarily changing itself. Spirals are like ongoing circles, but they never close, symbolizing that life never repeats the same cycle twice. This is the way that the universal life force ensures ongoing growth and evolution. All right, Scorpio, so they're talking a lot about communication, and Mercury really comes for your throat. See, here we go. Your throat chakra. So yes, when you're communicating during Mercury retrograde, use discernment. Stay in your heart, because Scorpio is about endings. Scorpio is like the dark side, the yin of life, and this is what Mercury is bringing. Not to mention all the other planets that are in retrograde right now. It's crazy. Look that up. It's nuts. Like every single one of them. Some stuff going on. All right. So now we're going to pull the Oracle of the 7 energies. Thank you, Spirit. I will be working on my discernment. That's another thing. You might notice, Scorpio, that your discernment has like heightened, like your intuition. We're already very intuitive signs anyway, and we can see past the bullshit. But lately, you'll probably be scaring yourself, because I know I have. Like, you'll have crazy dreams, and the dreams are so accurate. You wake up and you're like, no way. That was a whole dream. And then they'll play out in your life, and it just freaks you out. Like surpassed deja vu stuff. You know what I mean? All right. Oracle of the 7 energies. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Try not to blow the candle out. You see that? All right. What messages do you have for Scorpio with the oracles of the 7 energies, Spirit? Thank you. For Scorpio during Mercury retrograde. Any guidance for Scorpio during Mercury retrograde? Last shuffle, and we'll pull from the top. If it don't flip out, of course. We have beautiful uncaging. More heart stuff. Look at this, Scorpio. So it's so pretty. It's a 14, so that's a 5. Okay. Let's look into the guidance of that. 14. They working on the Scorpio. We gotta behave ourselves during Mercury retrograde. If you want the short version, that's what we gotta do. All right, the key concepts of this card or this energy is the prison of guilt, a need for self-inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, and making amends. Great. We got some forgiveness, guys. And you know how we feel about that stuff. At this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part in your life, recognize how it's affecting you and others, and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state, capable of transforming difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes harm. However, it can also feed a self-sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and a distorted sense of personal power. Self-blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self-worth. So it's going to be a cycle if we don't break this now. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you disregarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you have given injury and show you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit you were wrong and begin to process to fix it. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of memes when they make fun of us about how we never admit we're okay. All right, get back to it. This is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation. Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. This knowledge will free you from the story you tell about, and so you're able to connect with truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take a self-inventory with neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is, why the guilt is there? You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. Pay attention, take action, and uncage yourself from the prison of your own making. So now I see why the discernment card came out. We have to go even deeper in to ourselves more than we care to do. So you're like, how can this go any further? Well, exactly. If your spirit is feeling some type of way or you're struggling with depression, which I have been kind of lately, not depression, but just like feeling off. That's spirit's way of letting you know. That's your ancestors' way of letting you know, like, hey, something's wrong. We're trying to get your attention. Okay? So let's pull a little bit tarot. See what other messages come out for Scorpio for Mercury retrograde. All right, Mercury retrograde and Scorpio spirit and tarot. Let's go. Okay. And it's just going to be 3 cards. It's not a big spread, guys. So I thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Spirit. All right, I'm going to split these. Ready? So for what power does Scorpio's words hold? We got 4 of Cups. Okay. I'll explain this to you in a minute. What old wound is ready to be transformed? The King of Wands. Okay, we have been kind of hurt and we are holding on to some anger. And what support does Scorpio have from the ancestors and their guides that can help their healing? You have the world. We have the world. We have the world. Okay, awesome. We have universal support, by the way. All right. What power do our words hold? Okay, well, here's the power they hold. We may say something, we just run our mouth, okay, because we're Scorpios. That's what we do, all right? And people see us sometimes as narcissistic, because what happens is if someone hurts us, we go into stinger mode, okay? And whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, that's what we do, all right? And we don't see the hurt that we may have caused in our, because here, we're over here wounded, okay? And we're just sitting here like, well, they shouldn't have with me, or they shouldn't have did what they did, or my favorite thing, I said what I said. But here is the universe, or your higher self, or creator, coming in to heal you, not only you, but this whole situation right here. And we're too prideful. So this is why we got to use discernment, and we got to work on it. What old wound is ready to be transformed? All right, we're hotheads. Okay, maybe we're rash. Maybe we're quick to anger, or maybe we have this passion in us that we're just too afraid to tap into due to past hurts, due to family trauma, maybe emotional baggage, things of that nature, okay? So the King of Wands is very proud. This is an Aries energy, a Leo energy, a Sagittarius energy. Very confident, very sure of themselves, very passionate about what they feel, you know, entrepreneurial type stuff, you know, just CEO daddy mentality, okay? That's that divine masculine hot energy, you know what I mean? So this is the old wound we have to heal, that anger, that, you know, quick to flip out and go off, the quick to cut you off. Like, I don't forgive, I don't ever. We got to heal this, all right? Because the bright side to this is being passionate, is being, you know, goal-oriented, okay? And I know I suffer a lot from procrastination. I'm not sure if that's a Scorpio thing or not, but it's just like you have so much to do. And instead of just doing it, if I do a to-do list and I write all the stuff down, I can mark off what needs to be done and prioritize it. But no, that's not what I do. I wake up and just dread the day. So that's what we have to change about ourselves. That's why I always say, like, meditation is so important, Scorpio. Please meditate when you wake up, if for 5 minutes. Instead of going back to sleep, hitting the snooze button and going back to sleep for 5 minutes, just sit up in your bed and meditate for 5 minutes, okay? All right, what support do we have from our ancestors' guides that can help us in our healing? We have the world. Guys, this is huge that this came out. Triumph, we have achievement, we have success, we have happiness, we have security, we have the universe. That's what this is. This is like completion. This is what our ancestors and our spirit guides and our higher self need for us to do. We have the support out there, guys. We just have to ask for it. We can't keep trying to do everything by ourselves, okay? All right, that's your Mercury retrograde. They jumped on us a little bit, but at least they loved us in the end, okay? So work on your discernment, work on healing your heart and the things that's been done to you, and just stay out of trouble, Scorpio. You know how we do, or Mercury, okay? All right, love y'all. Hit the thumbs up. See, Dollar Tree. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Dollar Tree, guys. Get it. All right, hit the thumbs up if this resonates with you, and let me know in the comments. Happy Mercury retrograde. Bye, Scorp.